Sacramento LGBT Center. Give it up for Hollis Sweet, everybody. Hollis oversees meaningful partnerships for the center and is your captain of the match, and he already knows what to do. Drop the ball in the stand, Hollis. So, hang on. Oh, okay, we're good. All right, give it up. Tonight's captain of the match, Hollis Sweet. Give it up for him. Yeah. We are 5 minutes to kick off. 5 minutes to kick off.
It's the premier championship matchup. It's the USL Bests in the West and the Sacramento Republic taking on one of the best in the East and the Tampa Bay Rowdies, two of the best teams at what they do. One of the most exciting offensive clubs in Tampa Bay. For Sacramento, they've been the most dominant defensive club, now going on a second year in a row. What will break? We'll find out here tonight in Sacramento. Welcome inside Hard Health Park. He's Adam Moffitt. I'm Rob McAllister, and for the Sacramento Republic, a full week of rest. It has to feel pretty good. Let's take a look at where they currently are in the standings. Fighting 1 and 2 with New Mexico. New Mexico starting to find a bit of stride, but really neck and neck between these two teams.
They're undefeated, the Republic. But that's maybe one thing they'd like to see is having more wins than ties. But you still, you know what, 11 games undefeated. They've got a chance, 12th game tonight against a really, really good Tampa Bay side. So for the Republic, it's all about the form they've been in. They are the only team in the professional US soccer pyramid who are undefeated in all the leagues, which is really, really hard to do through this amount of games. But defensively, that's why they're keeping themselves always in a game. It takes one goal to win a game. Keeping it solid at the back is where Sacramento has so much success.
Republic have dealt with some injuries as of late, but there's been one guy who has been critical to their success this year. Save of the week, Danny Vitiello, the Golden Glove winner from 2023. He's been spectacular again. What do you expect from him tonight?
Another clean sheet. Anytime he's at home, I think that's what this guy looks for. And not only is it clean sheets he's had, but 3 saves of the week, which were fully deserved. So when you have someone at the back who's confident, comes for balls, and can distribute, it's such a relief for the defenders.
Meanwhile, let's go to the Eastern Conference, where Tampa Bay Rowdies probably feel like they should be right at the top, but Louisville and Charleston are having an all-time year so far. 29 and 28 points altogether, and Indy 11 has been much better than I think most people thought, but Tampa Bay is still right in the mix. They've got the firepower to do it. What do you expect for them to do on the road for the first time in a month, all the way out here to California? It's not going to be an easy game for them.
It's a long trip coming all the way out here to the West Coast, and they're going to be here for a whole week. This is a good quality side, Tampa Bay. They're very well-rounded, solid defensively, can score goals. Missing Arteaga tonight, who, as we know, is really, really dangerous. But they're going to come and they're going to try and get 3 points here. So they're not going to settle for a tie. They're going to go for all 3 points right from the get-go tonight.
I know we want to talk a lot about goal scorers, but how about the other man who's in the box tonight? Jordan Farr, probably looking at 2 of the best goalkeepers in the USL Championship over the last several years.
I think both players, Jordan Farr, Danny Vitiello, will get tested tonight. And it's their opportunity to shine. A lot of the time, goalkeepers don't get the acknowledgement. It's usually the strikers, but it's a good chance for Farr and Vitiello tonight to really highlight how good they are.
Well, Sacramento, they're looking for number 12 unbeaten. Can they do it? Would set a USL record, club record that is. They got their hands full with Tampa Bay Rowdies looking to put a blemish for the first time this season. More to come here. USL Championship continues.
At Sky River Casino, join today and receive $15 in free play. Take your loyalty to new heights with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
¿Cómo se crea una comunidad con actitud ganadora? Manteniéndonos activos, trabajando y jugando juntos, fortaleciendo nuestros cuerpos, huesos y músculos con alimentos sanos, frescos y regionales. Crystal Creamery orgullosamente patrocina a atletas y equipos deportivos en el Valle Central de California. Porque cuando nutres a una comunidad, la comunidad prospera. Crystal Creamery. Simple, local, fresh.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
At Sky River Casino, experience the height of hospitality. With 18 restaurants and bars, there's something for everyone. It's taste on a whole new level. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com. At Sky River Casino, join today and receive $15 in free play. Take your loyalty to new heights with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
¿Cómo se crea una comunidad con actitud ganadora? Manteniéndonos activos, trabajando y jugando juntos, fortaleciendo nuestros cuerpos, huesos y músculos con alimentos sanos, frescos y regionales. Crystal Creamery orgullosamente patrocina a atletas y equipos deportivos en el Valle Central de California. Porque cuando nutres a una comunidad, la comunidad prospera. Crystal Creamery. Simple, local, fresh.
Welcome back to Sacramento. Let's take a look at our starting 11s. We begin with the home side, Republic here. Similar formation, 3-4-3. However, Desmond, Donovan, Wheat, and Timmer all in the lineup.
And with Timmer probably coming into the midfield, it allows Luis Felipe, Nick Ross to get a little bit higher up the field. Keep an eye on that tonight.
Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay Rowdies, they'll also go to a 3-4-3, but the big news for them, no Manuel Arteaga, a late scratch. That means Charlie Dennis will likely fill in that role.
Up top, Jennings is the player to watch for them as well. It's such a threat up top, loads of energy. It's going to be a fun one.
Should be great here in Sacramento. Kickoff is just moments away. Don't go away. USL Championship here from Northern California.
At Sky River Casino. Catch all the action with rewards that add up and up. Experience new heights. With 18 restaurants, bars, and lounges, there's something for everyone. Enjoy over 80 table games, more than 2,100 slot machines in our thrilling high-limit room. Savor the win. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012, because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
Are you ready to join the charge and put down the pump? If you're ready for a clean start, contact SMUD first. We'll help you find ways to save, share the best options to charge at home or on the go, and answer any questions you have about owning an electric vehicle. For everything you need to know about buying, charging, saving, and low rates, start here. Contact SMUD first at smud.org/drive-electric.
At Sky River Casino. Catch all the action with rewards that add up and up. Experience new heights. With 18 restaurants, bars, and lounges, there's something for everyone. Enjoy over 80 table games, more than 2,100 slot machines in our thrilling high-limit room. Savor the win. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
Tonight's USL Championship broadcast is brought to you in part by UC Davis Health, by Western Health Advantage, and by Sky River Casino. "84 degrees in the city of Sacramento. It's the Republic taking on the green and gold from Tampa Bay. The Rowdies looking to put a blemish on the Sacramento Republic. 11 straight unbeaten, and here we go from Heart Health Park as a first of two-match road trip for Tampa Bay Rowdies, who currently sit 4th in the Eastern Conference. Sacramento 2nd in the West. Republic in red, the green and gold for Tampa, as Tampa Bay will head to the south end of the field toward the American River. Sacramento headed toward the Tower Bridge Battalion in the north stands. 19 points for the Rowdies, 21 for Sacramento. But the story here, Sacramento looking to go 12 straight in the USL Championship, would be a club record. They are the only U.S. soccer franchise unbeaten in part of the year. That includes the U.S. Open Cup wins as they continue to advance. Rob McAllister, Adam Moffat with you here on this beautiful evening in Sacramento. And what will we see from Tampa Bay? We expected from Birmingham early on. They're going to come out aggressive. Sacramento had played on Tuesday night in a thriller extra time against San Jose, winning 4-3. A scoreless draw in that game, but Tampa Bay, a much more aggressive team. They like to make runs. They like to see if they get in behind, see if they can score goals, but they're playing one of the best defenses in the league. Yeah,
I think it's going to be an open match tonight. I think we'll see opportunities for both sides. Tampa's not going to come here and just sit back and go for a 0-0. They're looking to win this game, and you see early, just moving the ball around. They're going to be direct. They're looking for Cal Jennings or Dennis up top. That ball hangs a long way in. Vitiello using his head right there. Sometimes with those long balls, as a goalkeeper, you just don't know where the edge of the box is.
And slight breeze heading away from Danny, so they didn't want to take a chance early on in this game. Tampa Bay, first game on the road in more than a month. 5 games in, and there is Jennings trying to put a head on it. Leading the league in headed goals. 10 goals by using their head. They had 4 against Tulsa a couple weeks ago. They find a lot of different ways to score. What makes them so dangerous, really deep in the box?
They're missing a big player tonight, Arteaga. Him and Jennings have created a really good partnership. But you have so many creative players underneath as well. Perez loves to create stuff. Crisostomo's going to be involved as well. So just always keeping an eye defensively. You get Jared Timmer, who's sitting as a defensive midfielder tonight, which is a new look for the Republic. You got Shane Wheat at the back, Donovan, and Lee Desmond. So for Jared Timmer, it's a lot of communication, knowing where players at. Because sometimes it might look like 2 up top for Tampa. Sometimes it might be 3. Perez will drift in between those lines.
Guillen over the top, looking for an opportunity here for Charlie Dennis, who's getting the start for Manuel Arteaga, who is out tonight. And that gives us a chance to take a look at our inactive report, brought to you by Delta Dental. Rodrigo Lopez, unfortunately, out for the year because of the ACL injury. Russell Cicerone out for a couple months, and Trevor Ammon using his strength here and going against Jordan Doherty. And Doherty's going to concede the throw. So no Roro, no Russell Cicerone, no Arteaga, and no Lasso. For another ACL injury, because you've got some veteran guys, you really don't want to see them out. It's really unfortunate to see some of the league's best not in. Here's a cross by Dami Villader, a little bit too deep, is miscommunication. Jack Gurr coming in on that run. Last time these two teams got together, what was the first and only time they have met? This was in Florida a year ago, a 1-1 draw. And it was Nick Ross able to get on the board.
We had a little bit of rain during that game. Don't think we'll see any of that for a few months up here in Sacramento.
That was some wild weather, you're right, some delays. Russell Cicerone with the assist on that. Moving forward here. Sliding into the space is Cal Jennings. 8 goals on the year, sends a cross back, looking for Crisostomo.
And you just see there just how lively Cal Jennings is. Can play through the middle, but he's just looking for those little windows, pockets of space that he can get in behind the back line. And if he's not looking to score, he's looking to set someone up.
Danny Crisostomo and Cal Jennings, both by way of Vegas and LAFC. It's not some time in MLS. The Southern California club, 2 really bright, fun young players, and a really big get for this Tampa Bay side, who to me looks better than last year despite being in 4th place, and that is because of the seasons Charleston and Louisville City are currently having to start the year. Ian Garabit with the throw, and Connor Donovan, it's ascended out of play. Tampa Bay throw in here as Villader goes over the top. Well, really was looking forward to the Arteaga, Jennings, Ammon, Phillips sort of duo battle between some of the most prolific strikers in the championship. And unfortunately, Arteaga unable to go. He did travel, so he may be available for Oakland next week. Here's Shane Wheat. He's picked up some minutes as of late due to some injuries and shuffling around, but Connor Donovan, after a couple of game absence, is back into the 11. Republic 2 wins, 3 draws at home this season. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, just 1 win away, but this is their 5th road game. 1-1-2. Here's Luis Felipe. There's a turnover. Here's Phillips. He's got Ammon in front of him. He's going to take a heavy touch to his left. Cross it across. Here's the follow-up. The tap is just wide from Nick Ross. Oh, it was setting up to be a beauty for Sacramento.
And what an opportunity for Nick Ross. And he had more time than he realized. Great intent from Kieran Phillips. And as it falls to Nick Ross, he just stretches with his left foot. He could have taken it with his right. Just rushed it, and it's not a position he usually finds himself in, and he knows he could have done much better on that. But that's what you'll see tonight from Nick Ross, Luis Felipe. They will be getting in the box with Jared Timmer sitting a little bit deeper, so he's missed that one, but I don't think that'll be the last opportunity Nick Ross gets tonight.
And Mark Briggs saying he wants to get Luis Felipe and Nick Ross a little bit more involved. Felipe with 7 goals a season ago, still looking for #1 in USL Championship play. Did get a 1 against San Jose in the Open Cup. Here's Jack Gurr going to play this forward, and there's a 2-headed monster with Phillips and Trevor Ammon. And the one thing they're trying to still figure out is a little bit of timing. Arteaga and Jennings have found that pretty early in the season. Phillips, coming on loan just a couple of weeks ago, has had an instant impact. 8 goals between the two of them. But now let's see what they can develop and ultimately what this partnership can look like moving forward.
And it takes time to create that chemistry, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to who goes long, who goes short, and those are things that don't come overnight. You got to take time. And here comes
Ian Garibay to the right side now. He'll cross this ball in, looking wide. Dennis was arriving in space, but Munjoma, who just came over from Phoenix, making a deep run from that back right. This will be a throw for Sacramento. Jack Gurr looking into the sun, and another great year for Jack Gurr. 3 assists, 15 chances created from that right wing. One of the better wing players in all the USL Championship over the last couple of seasons.
You get Jack Gurr for the Republic on the right-hand side, and Neon Gabiri on the right for Tampa Bay, who's also very, very good in the attack. Defensively, does what he needs to do, but similar position, gets forward, gets crosses in. We just saw one 30 seconds ago.
Well, before starting a digging project, it's crucial to call 811. The free service allows utility companies to mark their underground lines. Whether your digging project is big or small, call 811. 23 goals scored, 12 allowed for Tampa Bay, 16 and 8 for Sacramento. 8 is the best in the USL Championship. And a big reason for that is the save of the week. Award-winning Danny Vidiello, .44 goals allowed per match, and has 5 shutouts on the season. Moving forward, direct ball, looking for Jennings, likes to get ahead to it, and you're not kidding when you say there's a different attack each and every time. They don't do the normal. They try to make it very difficult for you, and Jennings almost getting ahead on that one.
It comes from the left foot of Perez. He's the player to watch out for Tampa Bay Rowdies, because he'll go higher up the field, he'll drop into the midfield, and it's just communication between the back line and the midfield just to know where he's at all the time. He's a very crafty player. He's not afraid to make runs in behind as well.
And quite a family tree is his uncle, former Tampa Bay Rowdy, and also now the El Salvadorian men's national team coach, Hugo Perez. Tampa Bay looking to avenge their last road match, a 4-1 defeat against Memphis. That was back on May 4th as Luis Felipe is whistled offside.
And although they've won the last 2 league matches, they did lose in between that. They did lose against FC Dallas, Tampa Bay Rowdies. And that's the one thing you will say, is that consistency is not quite there. And they're sitting in a great spot. They're 19 points through 11 games, only 2 points behind the Republic, who are undefeated. If they can start stringing a few victories together, you'll see them catching up with those leading teams. And again, good pressure from Nick Ross, winning the ball back high up the field.
Seems like Tampa Bay is going to try to win it high up. Seems like Sacramento has some great opportunities as well to maybe attack in the midfield a little bit. Maybe Shane Wheat coming up a bit more. Even Jared Timmer, you see him floating around the circle. Quite exposed in the back with so many players looking to make runs, play higher up the field.
I think what we maybe saw last time out for the Republic at home against Birmingham Legion was just a lot around the outsides. You know, you think of it, the letter U, it was going from the left wing all the way around the back, and it's similar to what you're seeing, but at times you gotta make it like a W, right? You gotta make those kind of passes right into Phillips's feet, and then you hope you can connect from there. But that's what you need to see, a little bit more variety in the attack from the Republic.
And Bodley trying to run under that one, and Birmingham, of course, not ending the way Sacramento wanted, not only in points, but a straight red to Sebastian Herrera after a bit of a tussle toward the end of the game, and Nick Ross over the top, and Jordan Farr gets a touch on it. But so no Sebastian Herrera tonight without Russell Cicerone, a little thin up top. See how Sacramento will play this. And Crisostomo Jennings connecting there, and this will be a throw. There's Gerald Flores, Derek Brandy, Seth Martin, and Robert Vicente, all our officiating crew tonight. And there's Mark Bridds. As the start of Pride Month, wearing the Pride t-shirt. It is a Pride night here at Heart Health Park, celebrating the LGBTQ community. It is your last chance to become a season ticket member for the season. If you haven't heard, the club is undefeated so far. 5 wins, 6 draws. And all I like to do is head to the website, get tickets. You're going to miss games like this. It is a fantastic matchup between 2 quality sides. Dennis getting in on a run. Bodley will collect. Bodley's going to try to send the cross, but a good defensive move there by Jack Gurr. Bodley, what a year he is having out of San Diego. 5 assists and a goal so far in the early get-go. Probably his best year to date. He did have 17 appearances with the MLS side, Portland Timbers. From the USL Championship, this is really becoming a breakout season for number 11.
He's been quiet so far. It's the first time we've mentioned his name, but 5 assists, very creative. You see that ball, a little diagonal by Lewis Hilton. He likes to play those over the top.
There's Dennis. Dennis trying to just find a lane. Takes a couple of deflections, trying to force it in. And Sacramento will send it clear.
You've seen a little theme here. Balls from the left-hand side, looking for Carl Jennings right at that near post. He's trying to flick on a few headers. It's going to be tricky to score from where he is heading it. Beat Danny Vitiello from there. He's got to take a really, really good effort. You're 14 minutes into this one, 15 minutes almost, and the best chance of the night so far came to Nick Ross, and Republic unable to take advantage of it. You got to say Tampa Bay have been confident with the ball. Create a few looks themselves, nothing glorious.
That isn't every play just right. Looking over the top, there's Dennis, plays it out wide again. Bodley's trying to sneak it in, and Connor Donovan coming up with a big-time block to prevent Cal Jennings from getting on the end of it. Here's Perez again, trying to send another cross in. This one's up, and Danny Vitiello gets a paw on it. Spent it back, Crisostomo. Here's another opportunity, cleared away by Timmer, but Tampa Bay not done yet. The relentless pursuit by the green and gold, and here's a whistle as a collision, and that will bring Jack Gurr to the ground. And the training staff will go out and take a look as he's holding the top of his head. Relentless pursuit, but Sacramento bending, not breaking here.
And Danny Vitiello gets a little touch on that initial cross. And from there, it's just all bodies getting thrown at the ball. And just as the ball's getting cleared this second time, Jack Gurr takes a hit from Shane Wheat. Just not expecting it. You've also got Perez down on the ground as well. Just as after the play, he collided with Kieran Phillips and one of his own players, Aaron Gein, I think it might have been. But so currently just off screen, you've got a Tampa Bay player down. No treatment for him, though. He's
there on his own.
Yeah.
He's just taking a breather. Man, he got the wind knocked out of him. It looks like he might have. He's trying to catch his breath. So both players are up. And I'm not sure if Gurr will be sent away, but Mark Briggs now has a chance to talk to his 3 attacking players and wants probably Luis Felipe to get more involved here. On the other side, we haven't mentioned him, your countryman, Scottish Premier League right back, Robbie Nilsson, 43 years of age, 350 matches coached. And here he is at the helm of Tampa Bay, looking to see if they can find their way back to the top.
Yeah, he was a good player growing up, watching Robbie Nielsen playing for Hearts.
He's only a few years older than you.
I know, but I'm a young 38.
Nyungabiri, this one's crossed in. Arriving Perez late, finds Hilton. And the setup man will find Crisostomo. That's the thing we've seen this Tampa Bay team score in multiple ways, but they have yet really to face a defensive team like this Sacramento side. They've had most possession tonight. A little bit of room here. Bodily. Public just trying to peel them away. Doherty comes to it. Left side it goes. Guillen. Hilton. Hilton might give it a ride. He's going to send it right back in. And now here's Trevor Ammon. Can he break through? He's got to the right side, and Doherty was able to get it just in front. Those are type of openings that we'll see from Sacramento. Can they do a better job of countering? Jennings making a run. Danny Vitiello a little close for comfort, and fans catching their breath.
He's quick, Cal Jennings. He's just half a step away from getting a touch on that before Vitiello.
He's deceivingly quick. There's this breakaway speed you can't really teach, and he's got a finish to go with it. Nick Ross, meanwhile, has got a little bit of real estate himself. Finds Jack Gurr on the right wing.
This is where they got to get bodies forward, though, Republic. Luis Felipe, Nick Ross in the attack. You know, you've got a little bit of security there. Jared Timmer sitting deeper. But from these positions, how can you get Kieran Phillips? How can you get Trevor Ammon into the game? They're both static right now, standing still. This is where one of them's got to get a little bit of livelier to try and get that ball.
Pressure coming from Tampa Bay. Sacramento's up in the throw. Vegas falling to Rowdies, 1-0. Cal Jennings with a game winner. Just 5 minutes left in that match. Tampa Bay, several opportunities. 5 shots on target, 18 shots in total. It was Cal Jennings late that made the difference at home. A little heavy touch there, allows Cal Jennings to get back and find a teammate. Perez trying to make a run, but Shane Wheat was able to get there in time. Rowdies with 60% of the possession so far. And 3 shots compared to 1. Here's Phillips. Crowd starting to get into it. But defensively, Tampa Bay able to recover. Jack Gurr is going to float this one. Trevor Ammon back from Dami Villader, right into some space. Nobody home. Oh, you can feel the energy from the crowd rising, waiting for something to break through. Luis Felipe, a little give and go. Too heavy for Nick Ross. But Sacramento holding on possession here. Mark Briggs has to like what he sees.
That was a nice passage from the Republic. And Dami Vidier does so well on the cross, for deep cross from Jack Gurr, goes all the way to the back post, but that's where as a striker Trevor Ammon's got to get himself in a bare spot. And he's just standing still, just recycle your run. As that ball's going, you got to get yourself in a position and just anticipate. You've got to anticipate that Viadier's going to get there, and you got to tap in if he does.
Well, each team with a close call, but it remains scoreless 20+ minutes in. Direct ball, Jack Gurr breaking free. He's got a good run here, just a bit too long, and Jordan Farr is able to snag it up. Well, 4 match mini plans are now available. Pick from our pre-built plans like the Rivalry plan or the Summer in Sacramento. Create your own flex plan as well. They start at $89 and available at the team website. Jordan Farr coming from San Antonio. He had a single season shutout 15, which is a co-record. And he was the goalkeeper of the year in 2022. And here's the 2023 goalkeeper of the year. Quite a matchup between these two sides and some of the best goalkeepers in the USL Championship. Guillen, he'll play it off to the left. Former FC Dallas man, finding Perez. And Perez will send that out. It will be a throw for the Sacramento Republic.
That last opportunity where Viadier headed across, it initially comes from that ball into the feet of Kieran Phillips, and he turns and he gets running into space. And what that does is it just drags players out when you have Trevor Ammon or Phillips do that. So then when you do get that cross in, you're going to have numbers.
What a header from Timmer, playing that ball forward. Phillips, he's got a step on Doherty. Phillips going to cross it in, and it's cut back and taken away.
Once again, just getting a look at the lightning speed of Kieran Phillips, but up the other end, here come the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Yeah. And Gabiri. Sacramento pleading for a goal kick, and it will be a corner instead. A Atlas disposal corner kick coming up for the Rowdies.
And I think that might have been a goal kick for the Republic. Viadier off Neon Gabiri. The referee has given a corner kick. When we speak about Tampa Bay Rowdies, they've already scored 10 on the season with their head. And we're looking to make that 11 right here.
A lot of different runs to be made. Sacramento looking to defend this. It will be Dennis, back post, and it's cleared off the head of Connor Donovan. Winding up Bodily, driving this one, takes a bit of a touch from Sacramento, and Viadier has nowhere to go but backwards, and it'll be another corner kick for the visiting Rowdies.
He's a really good delivery, Charlie Dennis. He's asking why no one got in front of the goalkeeper on that last one. See once again where that ball's landed. You need those runners. Cal Jennings ran across. There's going to be a retake on this one, but anytime you have someone whipping in on this side with their left foot, you got to get runners in front of the goalkeeper, in front of that near post as well. Don't make it easy for the defenders to clear it.
Lee Desmond marking Cal Jennings. Jennings looking to make a near post run. Connor Donovan again. Here's Hilton, very good with both feet. Off to Dennis, former Oakland Roots man. Trying to cut back and can't get through, but here's the follow cross. And Kieran Phillips will send it up the pitch.
Aside from Lewis Hilton, and just stays very centrally, just kind of that anchor in the midfield for the Rowdies. Anyone in front of him has the freedom to move around. You'll see them, they'll make passes, they'll move again. really tough to keep an eye on. And they've got rough positions. Obviously, Bodley's going to stay on that left-hand side. Just anytime you see a little pass, you'll just see players moving into a new space.
Tampa Bay a bit more patient here with this possession. Bodley moving forward. The Eagle Idaho man. And Cal Jennings is able to earn the throw off of Shane Wheat. What a thriller this Tampa Bay side had in the Open Cup versus the Birmingham Legion. Looked like they were going to run away with it, and the Legion came storming back, send it to extra time. The game finishes 6-4, Adam Moffat. And then a week later they play again, and Birmingham wins 1-0.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, never know what you're going to get. But I mean, that game they were up 4-1, I believe, and with a minute to go, and they finished 4-4, and they ended up turning it around. With your Birmingham, you got to be so disappointed with that. But and they are. Tampa Bay have since been knocked out of the competition. But what a thriller of a game that was. We saw a thriller in the Open Cup here ourselves.
Looking to spring Jennings again. This floating a bit high. Jennings able to collect it, brings it down with his head. Now going to turn off to the left side. Here's Perez. Stopped by Danny Vitiello. Oh, what a fantastic stop, and the crowd is loving it here in Sacramento.
Mentioned how big the goalkeepers are going to be before the game, and that is the first we've seen of Danny Vitiello, and what a stop it was from him. Perez thought for sure he'd given his team the lead, and it's the left hand / leg of Vitiello. Just extends it. What a save. Goalkeepers need to step up in big moments, and that could be another save of the week for him. But it's a little bit too easy. The ball's turned over by the Republic. And then Connor Donovan's left exposed.
Well, here's Villader on the other end. Felipe. Robbie Nielsen's off his bench, imploring his guys to press again. They're keeping that line high. How does Sacramento counteract?
I'm going to keep moving that ball around if you're Sacramento and wait and see if you get an opening. But that last chance comes from a turnover from the Republic, and straight away Lewis Hilton looks over the top. Good play by Nick Ross on the right-hand side.
Sacramento moving forward, cut down from behind, no whistle. They're going to play advantage. Luis Felipe, Villader off the left side. Cross coming, Sacramento arriving, and up in the air was Jack Gurr. But not enough height, and it'll trickle out of bounds.
Nick Ross, I'm not sure if the referee does get the ball, Blake Bodley. There's no foul there, but well done, referee, just continuing to play.
Throw here, Kerr, a little pressure from behind. Nick Ross is
initially, yeah. I think the foul was called just before Jack Gurr got fouled himself.
Choosing the right health plan for you and your family is simple with Western Health Advantage. Check out their affordable plans. They've been keeping the community strong for more than 25 years. Lewis Hilton, they're happy to have him back. He missed most of 2023 with an ankle injury. He has been with the club for now the 5th season. And very vital piece, able to serve balls placed a bit back at times, comes into the attack when needed. Perez, and Perez is
that is-
cleaned. And Shane Wheat going for it, and Perez took a vicious shot. Oh my, that is.
Looked like a sore one. Oh, right to the face, and I don't think Shane Wheat's. He's not swung his arm. It's just as Perez goes down low, it just made contact with him.
I think Perez is claiming that. Is there something?
Back up on his feet. It looked worse than it was. And the Republic have the ball back, and from here, this is where they try and build out the back and find these opportunities to get Jack Gurr and their side involved.
Gurr trying to make a run. He's just timing it with Bodley there. And much like the Sacramento wingers, the Tampa Bay wingers get a lot of mileage. You see Bodley and Neon Gabiri up and down those flanks. Guillen, and this one pokes free, and Sacramento unable to pounce on it. Comes to Farr. Jennings coming back for it. And Sacramento able to force a turnover. Now Jack Gurr is going to try to spring someone forward. And Doherty here went on loan, started with Tampa Bay, to Sheffield United at the age of 18. Came back to Tampa Bay in 2023. Solid defender. And with a bit of injuries and issues in the back, they've had to make some changes. That includes Joma in there now, and it seems like the three of them may hold down the 11 for the time being. Perez getting past Wheat this time. Wheat's got to get back. Timing his run is Cal Jennings. Donovan falls. Here comes Tampa Bay. It's broken up, and they cannot convert. Another dangerous build-up and a near goal from the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Each side has had looks tonight. Neither has been able to put it away.
And you thought for sure Perez was just going to go himself, and he opts to look for Cal Jennings in the middle. But as Connor Donovan went out to him, he slipped.
Bodley, here comes the cross. It's Lee Desmond to it.
And if you get another look at that, again, it looked like for sure Perez should have gone for goal. And Donovan comes across, loses his footing. And it was on. It definitely was on for Jennings. He just missed the ball, but I think I'd be fancying Perez with his left foot on his stronger side just to go for goal there.
Yeah, Desmond may have cut off that lane at the very end and forced a decision. And those are the small things the Sacramento's back line has been so good at, is when it seems like they're dead in the water, they find a way to safety.
And a few minutes ago, Perez had a chance. He was through on goal. Vitiello saves it with his left leg. It's probably in his head. You know, it's like, you know what, you just saved one on me. I'm gonna pass this one.
Crystal Creamery's been building strong bones and bodies with the freshest dairy from the Valley since 1901. Taking pride in delivering dairy you can trust. Grab a glass, taste how fresh local can be. No score, 35 minutes in here at Heart Health Park. Chrysostamo. Nick Ross and green and gold surrounding, and run him over is Charlie Dennis, and the whistle coming from Gerald Flores.
He doesn't get phased much, Nick Ross, and he does really well under pressure. It was a tricky ball given to him. When that ball comes to Lee Desmond, You got to get one of the strikers, got to be shown for it to feet, and then if that defender's brought out, you have that runner in behind. It just seems like the two of them, just Phillips and Ammon, just aren't quite on the same page.
Lee Desmond doing what he does best. He's got daylight. Jack Gurr's wide open on the left side. They're going to cut it back to the middle. It's Nick Ross. Bodies flying. Tampa Bay able to recover once again. Their midfielders and wingers have done a really nice job getting back, disrupting the play as Shane Wheat is cleared into the ad boards, and maybe a bit of payback coming. And Gerald Flores wants to have a conversation with Charlie Dennis. Gurr peeling. Gurr trying to get past Bodley. It's a foot race. I don't know there. Crowd feeling differently. And with that, we'll step aside and hear from our sponsor at SMUD.
Considering an electric vehicle? Start with SMUD. For everything you need to know about buying, charging, saving, and low rates, start here. Contact SMUD first at smud.org/drive-electric.
Neon Gabiri with a nice run on the right side, battling Trevor Ammon. Both players jostling there, but Ammon got caught. Manjoma does enough, and a good set piece now here for Lewis Hilton and the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
As the ball's cleared, Trevor Ammon, Manjoma is on the ground. Both of them kind of clawing at each other. I think the position the referee was at looked a little worse.
I think when you grab the face, it sort of forces the
sometimes
official.
That, yeah. Doesn't help.
This is where Tampa Bay really knows how to shine, and so Sacramento will have to be ready for that second chance.
You got left footer over the ball, right footer. Left footer's going to put it on target. Hope to get runners in front. The right footer is just going to put it between the goalkeeper and the defender.
Perez will run over. It will be Hilton. This one is easy enough for Sacramento.
Yeah, not deep enough on that cross. He's just going to miss that first guy.
Here comes the recycle bodily. Wheat. Trevor Ammon. Comes to Lewis. A very high line allows them to get these second opportunities. It will be a goal kick for Danny Vitiello.
He's looking to go quick. Danny Vitiello, no one else really on the same page as him. And Lee Desmond gets that ball now. Head up, looking for options, and it's the timing of the run. Trevor Ammon goes early. Again, you got to read when the defender has the ball. Are they in a position to play the ball, or are they just dribbling up the field? And right there, Lee Desmond, his head's not up. He's not looking for that pass yet, so you just got to time it.
Phillips waiting, making for another runner. Phillips trying to do all on his own. A little bit of contact, the crowd hoping for more, and they won't get it. And it comes to Jordan Farr, easy enough.
That was a good play by Kieran Phillips, keeping it with his head, the little flick. And he definitely a little trip on his heel. I don't think he's getting the ball on the other side. That's probably the one thing that's not in his favor.
Kieran Phillips with 2 goals on the year, a brace in his debut with Loudoun United here. And then had a brace in the Open Cup victory against San Jose last week. It's interesting enough here. This is a Sacramento team that's had to make some serious adjustments to this attack without Rodrigo Lopez and without Russell Cicerone. And so it has put Phillips and Ammon in at the same time, and Sebastian Herrera working his way back, but unfortunately hit with a red card and suspended for this match, but will be available against Monterey Bay next week.
Still not sold on that red card. Phillips almost snatches that one off Hilton's feet. But it is what it is. You're going to have that adversity through a season, and it seems like the Republic's getting a little bit of that right now. 2 big-time injuries, a red card.
Well, with those injuries, you have to assume Sacramento's been on the phone trying to maybe look for some extra bodies. They do have guys coming back from injuries. You have Christian Prano starting to get healthy, of course. But in the midfield, you're starting to find a little bit of a gap, and there's not a lot of experience coming off the bench in the midfield at this point. All guys who have ager after the end of their age, 18 and 17 years of age. Here's Jennings to the right side, cutting his way back to his left, going one-on-one versus Lee Desmond here. Lee Desmond trying to mark him off his line, and Nick Ross is now into some space, and Kieran Phillips will get a run with him. So for Sacramento, Adam, I guess I ask you, there's not a wire really to be alert of. There's a lot of conversations that go on, but is Sacramento likely to make a move or two?
Yeah, I think the Republic, especially in that midfield, are needing a little more depth with experience. You will see that because this is an ambitious club who want to win championships. And unfortunately, you're going to get injuries to you get an injury to your most experienced player who's out for the year, and then one of your most experienced or most
really dominant players
in the whole USL in the last couple of years is out for a little bit of time as well. So I'm sure there's phone calls being made and there's stuff being done where how can we strengthen the squad, how can we make sure, and at this part of this year, teams are starting to see where they're kind of going to, hey, we need to make a change, or hey, we're in a good spot. And so we'll see what happens from it, but I'm sure it's they've been busy. Again, no movement in front of Connor Donovan. He has the ball, he's got his head up, and not one person's moving into space, just standing still.
This ball is going to trickle, and Phillips has a step. Ammon's waiting for him. Phillips going 1v1. Phillips is denied by Jordan Farr, but it's not over yet for Sacramento. Phillips in the 18 into the air. It goes the left foot. It takes a deflection. Jordan Farr couldn't handle it, but he's able to snag it before it crosses the line.
He's done so well, Kieran Phillips. The initial pressure wins the ball. And I think he's caught in two minds. I think he maybe wants Trevor Ammon to make his mind up and demand that ball off him. And even the follow-up takes a little flicks and almost makes it past Jordan Farr.
So each side with 2 golden chances. This could be a 2-2 match here, Adam. Instead, it's scoreless as we near halftime.
Very different from the game against Birmingham we saw here, which was a little lackluster. But this one, Republic could have had a couple goals. Tampa's been lively. Had some chances themselves.
Perez and company looking to find a way. Peeling his bodily. Cross coming in. Timmer, it comes to the feet of Tampa Bay. It bounces around a bit. Luis Felipe goes to ground. Here comes the follow-up. Another save from Danny Vitiello as Lewis Hilton with a deadly strike. And he is denied another opportunity and another massive save coming from the Sacramento Republic goalkeeper of the year, Danny Vitiello.
Those crosses are causing a bit of an issue for the Republic, unable to really clear it. And Lewis Hilton, he connects really well on that strike, but Vitiello reads it, gets behind it, and makes it look rather comfortable.
Bit of contact, Trevor Ammon, no whistle. Our fourth official has indicated 3 minutes of stoppage time. So still a golden chance for somebody to find something here. Comes to Cal Jennings. Donovan is back. Jennings trying to find a seam. It's denied again by Connor Donovan. Talk about Vitiello, but Connor Donovan has made 3 massive stops himself, and he has come up just putting his body in the way of a Tampa Bay Rowdy, and it remains scoreless, and a corner kick now coming for the visiting Rowdies.
A lot of these chances are coming, though. They're leaving themselves pretty exposed at the back. Tampa likes to leave 2 higher up the field. Charlie Dennis And Cal Jennings and Republic aren't dealing with the first ball, which leaves that second one it's fallen to the Tampa player most of the time. So I think something might have to be done there, making sure they're not getting too stretched and leaving those guys in an island at the back.
I watch Nian Gabiri in the back. Manjoma trying to jockey for position as well. Here comes Manjoma. Sacramento not handling it well enough. Low cross coming in. Into the mix it is. Danny Vitiello to the ground. Another dangerous chance for Tampa Bay. And it remains another look for the Rowdies and unable to find a goal. And so scores it will likely go here for the next minute or so.
We've still got about 90 seconds left in this half, and the way it's going, you wouldn't be surprised if one team gets a decent opportunity to try and take a lead into the half. Good pressure by Jared Timmer, and then just turn over Jack Gert.
Floating the top, Dennis, Donovan, Nick Ross stepping in front of Perez, and a bit of a battle there too. Perez very good, low to the ground, very similar to a Christian Pirano-like. This could be a match where Pirano thrives. Still working back from injury though. Manjoma, former Phoenix Rising defender. You see what so good about Tampa Bay is there's an opportunity. They're swarming and they're very selfless with the ball. Quick to try to move it around, try to get an opening. You could tell there's really good chemistry with the green and gold early on in this season, which could pay off dividends later. Even though they're in fourth place, this is a team that looks much better than a fourth place team in a conference. And there's the whistle from Gerald Flores. So a lot of good looks from each side tonight. Two big time saves from Danny Vitiello. Unable to capitalize. The green and gold go to the locker room scoreless, as do the Old Glory Red and the resilient Red here. Sacramento, Tampa Bay scoreless as we head to the Modelo halftime show. We'll have your highlight stats and news and notes around the league. Don't go anywhere. And then, of course, another 45 minutes from the capital of California. Mark Briggs, Robbie Nielsen fired up for this one. A lot of action, just no goals. Will they come in the second half?
So asking some questions, and there's the equalizer. It's Rivas.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power, trusted for over 100 years. Our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
They're hungry for the women's game. They want to see women's soccer. They want to play women's soccer, and that's what we're building at the USL.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
Are you ready to join the charge and put down the pump? If you're ready for a clean start, contact SMUD first. We'll help you find ways to save, share the best options to charge at home or on the go, and answer any questions you have about owning an electric vehicle. For everything you need to know about buying, charging, saving, and low rates, start here. Contact SMUD first at smud.org/drive-electric.
Welcome back to Sacramento, and it's a foot race, but there's no winner really in this race. It's just a bunch of kids having a good time, and so far, a lot of action out of Moffitt, a lot of goal-scoring opportunities. However, no goals yet, and I think if both coaches have a good case of their team saying, we've got to put away our chances.
Yeah, and they've been coming thick and fast, but no one's been able to take it. Some really good goalkeeping, especially from Danny Vitiello. Another fantastic save from him with his left foot, I believe it was.
Well, we got a lot to get to, not only in this game, but of course coming up for the Sacramento Republic, our Western Health Advantage. Look here, as it'll be on the road for the Republic as they take on Monterey Bay, so a short road trip, and then hosting Oakland Roots right back here at Hart Health Park, and then on the road at Tulsa, Hartford, and Las Vegas at home. So a really good stretch for Sacramento, very limited travel. Obviously you're going to go to Oklahoma, but if you're Mark Briggs aside, you've got to feel like we're there, we're in games, but now we got to start putting up the W's. We started to get 3 points, and here's a look at what they'll have to face in the coming weeks. So for the live standings, this is obviously very early, or about a third way through the season. Sacramento, New Mexico United, if the way things ended right now, this is what it would look like. But you see San Antonio hanging around. And Monterey Bay, still quite a surprise of the early get-go of the season. They've been able to grind out a couple of victories and draws as needed. And you see Colorado Springs starting to work their way back up the table. So I feel like that 4 through 8 is going to be a toss-up probably the rest of the way.
Yeah, it really is. And what's so interesting, you speak about it, Rob, is the goal differential. Like how many teams are positive or at 0. New Mexico's at 0. They're top of the league. It's really, really an interesting Western Conference.
The goal differential compared to the Eastern Conference is just wild because it's plus 20s, a couple of those teams. No score here at the break. It's Modelo at the half. Rob McAllister, Adam Moffitt with you. We've got more to come. Don't step aside as we'll have more here in the halftime show.
At Sky River Casino, join today and receive $15 in free play. Take your loyalty to new heights with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
¿Cómo se crea una comunidad con actitud ganadora? Manteniéndonos activos, trabajando y jugando juntos, fortaleciendo nuestros cuerpos, huesos y músculos con alimentos sanos, frescos y regionales. Crystal Creamery, orgullosamente patrocina a atletas y equipos deportivos en el Valle Central de California. Porque cuando nutres a una comunidad, la comunidad prospera. Crystal Creamery. Simple, local, fresh.
Are you ready to join the charge and put down the pump? If you're ready for a clean start, contact SMUD first. We'll help you find ways to save, share the best options to charge at home or on the go, and answer any questions you have about owning an electric vehicle. For everything you need to know about buying, charging, saving, and low rates, start here. Contact SMUD first at smud.org/drive-electric.
At Sky River Casino, join today and receive $15 in free play. Take your loyalty to new heights with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
¿Cómo se crea una comunidad con actitud ganadora? Manteniéndonos activos, trabajando y jugando juntos, fortaleciendo nuestros cuerpos, huesos y músculos con alimentos sanos, frescos y regionales. Crystal Creamery orgullosamente patrocina a atletas y equipos deportivos en el Valle Central de California. Sí. Porque cuando nutres a una comunidad, la comunidad prospera. Crystal Creamery. Simple, local, fresh.
Modelo halftime show continues here in Sacramento as the Republic and Tampa Bay Rowdies are engaged in quite a back and forth here. If you missed the first 45, you're up for a really nice second half here of soccer play. Well, let's take a look around the league as we go to our news and notes. And this is quite a day for USL. It is history-making day as 72 matches across all the leagues being played here today. And big news, USL on CBS National as Republic's match will be moved from the 20th to the 21st now, and a 1 o'clock start in Oakland for that game. And of course, this is a league that continues to show its strength and grow, and not only in the quality of play, which we've talked a lot about, but the attention it's getting. It's quite impressive, Adam.
Yeah, Tim Weah there, national team player, getting involved in club ownership. Brooklyn FC, who'll be kicking off in 2025. So it's always exciting. It's great exposure for the league, and it just shows you the growth that is happening.
All right, here is the Open Cup, the Elite Eight, as you might say. The final for Sacramento will be the next two games here at home. They'll take on the Seattle Sounders, who are just outside the playoff picture, hovering that playoff line. Still very early, of course. LAFC, New Mexico, and of course, Republic, should they win against Seattle, they'll host the next match as well. And we'll SKC, Dallas, Atlanta, and Indy. So 3 USL teams still in it, ready to make some noise, and we could see a USL semifinal matchup should both teams advance next month here, July 9th.
Exciting times. Hopefully the Republic can keep it going, get back to another final and win it this year.
It'd be fun. Have a chance to potentially host that final, which would be obviously exactly what we're looking for. Highlight stats are coming up next, and then we'll get the second half underway from Sacramento.
At Sky River Casino, join today and receive $15 in free play. Take your loyalty to new heights with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
¿Cómo se crea una comunidad con actitud ganadora? Manteniéndonos activos, trabajando y jugando juntos, fortaleciendo nuestros cuerpos, huesos y músculos con alimentos sanos, frescos y regionales. Crystal Creamery orgullosamente patrocina a atletas y equipos deportivos en el Valle Central de California. Porque cuando nutres a una comunidad, la comunidad prospera. Crystal Creamery. Simple, local, fresh.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. believe in better.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
At Sky River Casino, experience the height of hospitality. With 18 restaurants and bars, there's something for everyone. It's taste on a whole new level. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
¿Cómo se crea una comunidad con actitud ganadora? Manteniéndonos activos, trabajando y jugando juntos, fortaleciendo nuestros cuerpos, huesos y músculos con alimentos sanos, frescos y regionales. Crystal Creamery orgullosamente patrocina a atletas y equipos deportivos en el Valle Central de California. Porque cuando nutres a una comunidad, la comunidad prospera. Crystal Creamery. Simple, local, fresh.
Check, 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 check.
Welcome back to Sacramento. Let's take a look at the first half of action. Relentless early on from both sides. Kieran Phillips trying to make something happen. Just took a bit of a deflection, and Nick Ross is definitely going to look at that one and say, oh my.
Yeah, it was a good chance for Nick Ross, and then up the other end, Jennings does so well. And he just lays it into the path of Perez, and what another fantastic save by Danny Vitiello. He's made countless.
Three-time Save of the Week winner, and here's Perez again. You felt like you should have taken it.
I think you should have. I think go for goal in that position. You get no one in front of you, just a goalkeeper. And once again, Republic unable to clear it. Falls to Lewis Hilton at the top of the box, and Danny Vitiello makes it look really easy actually, but he just read it properly.
Two-time goalkeeper of the year, Danny Vitiello, coming up big. Another goalkeeper there, Jordan Farr, has not been as tested as much tonight. For the conversations in each of these locker rooms, we've got to put away chances. Let's start with Tampa Bay. What did Robbie Nielsen see from his team in the first 45 that he wants to see more of?
I think he'll be happy. The chances they've created, a lot from the crosses, runs in behind. But they've got to be careful defensively because Sacramento's had some glorious chances.
For Sacramento, I think it's got to be that final touch.
It really has. I think a little bit more intent in the final third. Trevor Ammon, Kieran Phillips, they're still trying to build that partnership, that chemistry. But I think for Trevor Ammon, he needs to show a little more intensity to get in the right spot, and which is crazy for a guy who scored 6 goals. But there was a few opportunities that first half where he's just jogging into positions. You make a good sprint, you're making someone's mind up for you. You got to tap in.
Sacramento, here's Timmer playing as a defensive mid tonight. And all 4 of the Republic center backs, typical starters anyway, are in the game tonight. We've seen a little more minutes from Shane Weed, who has done just about everything right in his time here in Sacramento. And this man, Lee Desmond, healthy this year, and it's a good sight to see. Struggled injuries late in 22, never really got going in 23, even though he was on the pitch for about half the year. It's good to see number 4, your captain now, on the pitch and healthy, because this is a back line that probably unrivaled any other in the USL Championship, as Bodley will send that clear. Looks like no changes for either side here.
Going back to Lee Desmond, I think he's one of the most undervalued players in the whole USL. I think a lot of players for the Republic get a lot of the spotlight. Lee Desmond's typically not one who does, but he does his job so well. He leads by example. distribution's fantastic, and it's great having him fully healthy. Here goes Nick Ross on the right.
Ross crossing this one. Here's Ammon. Oh, it's broken up on the back end by Munjoma. Perfect placement. Trevor Ammon was angling in for an opportunity, but to start it all was Jared Timmer. A great ball to the corner to see if Sacramento can do something with possession.
Good start to this set. Only a minute and a half in for Sacramento Republic, but you see the intent's a little bit different. A little more intensity. They're moving the ball. They're circulating it really well. Players looking to get on it. And you do need that at halftime. Sometimes you'll need a little talking to by the coach, the coaching staff.
Shane Weed at Akron, Ohio. 1 goal, 1 assist, 33 starts for Sacramento a season ago. And Nick Ross trying to shrug off Bodley. Bodley feels that should have been on Ross. So for Sacramento on the bench, you've got Elder Sanchez, who's filled in split time with Dami Villadair in the starting role. Also someone who's dealt with some injuries, and Aldair has come in. And almost a mistake here. No, it's a turnover. Jennings moving forward. Jennings trying to get an edge. Jennings, it's denied by Vidiello. Oh my goodness. Danny Vidiello just saving what looked like the game's first goal.
And he gets a huge thanks from Shane Wheat. The ball gets stuck under his feet. And Dennis just knows what to do, lays it into the path of Cal Jennings. You're thinking 1-0 Tampa Bay Rowdies, but no. That man again, Danny Vitiello, he stands tall. He does really, really well of just staying on his feet as long as possible. He's able to read that finish from Jennings.
A couple turnovers from Sacramento tonight, and they have almost resulted in Tampa Bay goals. That time, Danny Vitiello with a stop, and Shane Wheat may owe him a beer later on. Dennis going to cross this one. He'll take a deflection, and it's out of play. It'll be a corner kick for Tampa Bay. Atlas disposal corner kick coming for Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay's thinking about taking this one short.
Tampa Bay 18 crosses tonight compared to Sacramento's 4. Ball driven will, back post, Felipe is there. Sacramento, can they turn this into an advantage? Ammon colliding. Nian Gabiri, and Nian Gabiri is able to pedal back, and Sacramento nicely done, and just right back to the path of Dennis, who trying to break some contact and is able to draw the foul. Jared Flores comes in quickly to blow his whistle. Perez, very active in the first 45. Threatening. Here's those secondary runs that Tampa Bay continues to make. And Jack Gers telling Bodley to get back up, try to draw the contact.
You picked up upon it there, Rob. It's those second balls. It's not the ones that drop into midfield a lot of the time. Tampa Bay in the first half, and we just saw it right there. Blake Bodley, as it just goes out of play. Jack Gers can't quite get on the end of it. But it's a little wake-up call for the Republic. That save from Vitiello. They really got to take care of that ball.
Perez again looking to send it forward. You can see how many runners, 2 runners for Tampa Bay. Maybe the spacing wasn't what they wanted it to be, but
very lively though it is. And even though it doesn't get to where it's going, you see the threat. No, it's too easy. Dennis goes down. I don't know if the referees, he has given him the free kick for that. Or maybe he's not. No, he has. It's Tampa Bay Rowdies free kick right in the corner. Shane Wheat applying a little bit of pressure behind Charlie Dennis.
Lewis Hilton, the Englishman to take it here for Tampa Bay. Both teams threatening. Almost an opening goal, but a big time save yet again from Danny Vidiello here in the second half to keep it level.
He's probably going to treat this like a shot for Lewis Hilton. It's almost like a corner kick, but you've got a better angle.
Hilton. And got a head to it. Lewis Doherty. We'll tune in to the CBS Sports Network on Wednesday, June 5th for a USL Texas Showdown. San Antonio, El Paso, 6 o'clock Pacific.
So for Sacramento, have a little more success in the second half. I think they really need to find a way to get the ball into the feet of Trevor Ammon, Kieran Phillips. Just not quite worked out for them tonight. It's good pressure by Ammon, though.
Jordan Farr, out comes an opportunity now for Dennis, and he puts it away. Danny Vidiello gambled. Jordan Farr may have just got the assist, and it's 1-0 Tampa Bay.
And the Rowdies do take the lead early in the second half. And the Republic have been fortunate with some of the errors they've made. And Connor Donovan this time, the guilty party, puts his goalkeeper in a really tough spot. And I'm not sure if he's received a call for that, but he just lets it go. And Charlie Dennis just does the rest. Simple enough. Gets there first, takes it around the goalkeeper.
Too many stakes for Sacramento tonight, and uncharacteristically. And this time, Tampa Bay is able to take advantage of it.
And those are tough. Again, you don't know if Vitiello's called Donovan or, yeah, just he's decided to let it go. But it looks like Danny Vitiello's flying out for it, but I don't think he thought Connor Donovan was going to leave that ball.
First goal for Charlie Dennis on the season.
Now they got to ramp it up. Sacramento, they started the first minute or two of this half lively, and then it took one little mistake from Shane Wheat, creating an opportunity for Tampa, and since then they've just been on the front foot.
And Jared Timmer has a few words for the referee, and Dennis will be called over and might be a final warning. And it looks like Christian Pirano will come into the game for Sacramento. What an impact he had. Another turnover for Sacramento. Cal Jennings flying forward. Perez is with him. Jennings trying to peel off. Jennings is denied by Vidiello. Sacramento's got to move a bit quicker. That's the one thing you saw against the San Jose Earthquakes. It was quick. It was decisive. Birmingham, not so much. Tonight, not so much again. They've got to try to find their way.
I think the introduction of Christian Pirano is going to change things. Someone who's comfortable with the ball at his feet, a little more creative.
Guillen trying to force the referee to make a call. Crowd booing. Feeling like the contact was just too light from Kieran Phillips. Perez and company, however, on this side of the pitch, they have been as good as probably any visitor here in the last couple of years. They have moved it. They have made the runs as needed. They have owned possession for most of this match. And now Guillen may hear it for a while from this crowd. Donovan sliding in. And it trickles out of play, a throw for Tampa Bay Rowdies. And maybe two substitutions for Mark Briggs. Just trying to get something going. And I mean, we really have not stated the loss of Rodrigo Lopez. And what does that do to this team? It completely changes the dynamic of how you play in your attack. And even though Mark had him in a little bit of different roles at times.
You get Russell Cicerone missing as well, one of the most proven attacking players in the USL Championship for the last few years.
I mean, 19 total goals for Sacramento a season ago. Just gone in the blink of an eye. Quick tap again, Lee Desmond and Jennings. Jennings trying to get there. This one will fall away. It will be a corner kick again for Tampa Bay. Jennings it'll play that back just in time off of Desmond. And so here comes the Rowdies one more time. Quickly in, cross comes in, nobody home. And Phillips tried to play it forward and couldn't do so, and that leads to another corner kick. We're having a bit of technical difficulties with Scorebug, but it is 1-0 Tampa Bay.
I thought they were going to reset the score.
Yeah. 57th minute. Charlie Dennis in the 53rd from Jordan Farr. Yes, the goalkeeper, Jordan Farr, with the assists. Bit of miscommunication from Sacramento allows Dennis to break free. And Tampa Bay, one of the better scoring teams in the USL, is able to strike first. They got a 1-goal victory a week ago against Vegas. They're trying to add another. Short corner, dangerous. Nick Ross. Nope, here comes Trevor Ammon instead. Tampa Bay, to their credit, they've recovered every single time it seems like Sacramento's able to break free. They've got some serious pace on this side of the field. Here comes a couple of changes now. Luis Felipe will be coming out of this game for Christian Pirano. And then Kieran Phillips will come out of the game. It will be by Rafa Herrighi. What does Christian Pirano do for Mark Briggs in this game?
Well, he's going to need the ball at his feet for sure, and for him, he needs runners off of him. And Shane Wheat is the other player coming out of the game, which you'll see Jared Timmer drop back into that right-hand side of the back three. So Nick Ross will sit a little bit deeper. Luis Felipe, Rafa Harrigy, Christian Pirano, providing some support to Trevor Ammon up through the middle.
Sorry, the official had the wrong number. He had Shane Wheat, not Luis Felipe. Luis Felipe staying in this game. So Mark Briggs going back to their more traditional look. And Luis Felipe is cut down. So Pirano, Harrigy, Trevor Ammon, Villadair, Felipe, Ross, Gurr, Timmer, Donovan, Desmond. And same 11 for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, who have the game's first goal.
You really feel like this would be a game where Sebastian Herrera would thrive. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing him tonight from the red card from the last game.
And the appeal was denied by the league, saying the right call was made. Gurr and a foot race with Bodley. Bodley trying to head it down, and he'll just send it to the stands for a throw. But a good position here for Sacramento. Christian Pirano came into the match against the San Jose Earthquakes. Instant offense. And his play led to 2 goals. He got an assist on one. The tie and game-winning goal that ultimately sent Sacramento onto the quarterfinals.
You've mentioned the absence of Rodrigo Lopez. It's a ton of creativity. Russell Cicerone. The 2 guys who just came into the game, Rafa Harrigy, Christian Pirano, that's what their jobs are. That's how they're going to build their careers, keep going. So they've got a fantastic opportunity in the remaining 30 minutes of this game, and then with the rest of the season, there's so many minutes up for grabs.
Well, here's Trevor Ammon. He's got a bit of a scoring drought. This one's a deep cross. Farr comes out. Here comes Jack Gurr, and maybe both getting a little piece of that.
I think Jack Gurr heads it off the back of Blake Bodley.
Good thing about Pirano, he moves all over the pitch. Very difficult to guard. A little bit of too heavy there. But he's almost, you look at on the other side, Joshua Perez, very similar players. Low center of gravity, shifty, able to do a lot of different things that make it difficult for a defender. And maybe the injection Sacramento needed to get a leveling goal. 53rd, Charlie Dennis. Ball's floated. And Timmer Moore in a natural position. This plays forward. Look at the bit of room here. Rafa, his first touch. He's got Trevor running with him. He's going to go to the right to Pirano. Pirano's looking for a teammate. Here's Ammon. Ammon with a header, just not strong enough. Easy enough for Jordan Farr, but a great buildup from Sacramento.
That was a good ball by Connor Donovan. Finds Rafa Harrigy, finds Pirano. And it's just it's a tough one for Trevor Ammon because he's backing up. It's really hard to get the power They're almost just jumping straight up into there rather than being able to attack the ball. There was good movement to the back post by Trevor. Well, that's the first real chance we've seen in this second half from Sacramento, and it comes from just being swift, winning the ball back quickly, going forward.
One thing we've seen this year is the substitutions have quite an impact. Jonathan Ricketts has come off the bench twice to score a game winner and a game-tying goal. Vidiello causing a little bit of nerves, pressure from Jennings. Hilton trying to slide it through. Feel a little momentum shift here for Sacramento. The crowd's starting to feel it too.
And you got to go at this Rowdies team. It's first game on the road, 5 home games they've had, 6 if you include the Open Cup. So they haven't been in this situation in a while.
Well, they've only given up 12 goals, but you don't really know how good they are defensively. I mean, they did give up 4 against Memphis because their offense is really pushing you up on their side of the pitch so up. So Sacramento find a success here. They do leave some openings, but they have recovered really well tonight, to all their credit. Even when committing bodies forward, they've been able to get back in time. Another gamble by Sacramento, but Dennis just floating that into some space, maybe just saved what could have been another quality look for Tampa Bay. Either way, they've retained possession. Jennings going to his left foot, cross it over the middle. Chrysostamo. Perez to the left side, down Bodley. Bodley looking to send another cross in.
It's trouble here for the Republic. That's a good challenge by Lee Desmond. I don't think it's going to be given as a goal kick.
Neon Gabiri trying to find an angle. 26 crosses for the Tampa Bay Rowdies tonight, 6 for Sacramento.
This man on the ball, we've not mentioned his name too much. Dami Villader. Jack Gurr hasn't been in the action. Blake Bodley's done a great job defensively, I'd say, on Jack Gurr. And now he's got a chance to go forward.
And a reminder, Republic 2-0-3 against the Eastern Conference this year, but they are unbeaten against the East dating back to 2023. The start of last year. So Luis Felipe gets a foot in and he is whistled. Two's better than one. Brewfest back on Saturday, June 15th and Saturday, August 24th. Join us unlimited tastings from local breweries, live music, and of course, live soccer here at the park. Tickets are now on sale. Jordan Farr sending one forward in the 53rd minute. And Republic not on the same page. And Dennis able to break 3. And Charlie Dennis with his first goal on the season. And that is the difference here in Sacramento. 65 minutes gone by. And now another set piece for Lewis Hilton. No Manuel Arteaga for Tampa Bay, but so far no problem. Perez or Hilton. This is their typical setup. It will be Hilton. Right-footed ball, really good ball, and reaching save from Danny Vidiello. May have been outside the post either way, but Danny Vidiello taking no chances in another fantastic effort from Republic goalkeeper.
He almost caught him out, Lewis Hilton. Caught the goalkeeper cheating a little bit, and Danny Vidiello, again, I'm not sure if that's going in, but it's very close, and it's a fantastic save.
Yeah,
I think it might have snuck inside the post.
7 saves tonight for Danny Vidiello. Hilton's going to try his luck again, this time across to the middle it goes, clearing. Big windup from Tampa Bay, sent away. Republic defensively just don't seem to be on the same page, and Crisostomo almost doubling Tampa Bay's lead.
It was Connor Donovan, I believe, who was the one that got in the way of this. As it just falls to the back. Great technique with outside of the right foot by Crisostomo, and Connor Donovan just, if he doesn't get a touch on that, that's flying right into the top corner.
How many big moments has he had tonight? This one's going to come back. And we're talking 3 or 4 blocks from Connor Donovan tonight. "15 shots for this Rowdy side." Another corner kick. Ball driven well, but easy enough for Danny Vidiello as Perez was waiting.
Now Jack Gurr's space to run into, but he needs options. He needs players coming up in the midfield.
They're going to float it over to Ammon. Ammon, out comes Jordan Farr, way outside his box.
Ooh.
Nick Ross is cut down. Mark is furious on the sideline. No whistle.
Not a good lip reader, but I don't think he was too happy with that. And I think he has a great case because the ball was overran. Nick Ross gets in front of it, and Blake Bodley just runs right through Nick Ross. That's a good challenge. Dami Villader.
Nyangabiri making a run. Dami Villader able to cut underneath. Tampa Bay again in possession. It's been the story of the night. They've moved the ball quickly. They've found second runners. They've been good in the 50-50 chances. Now they'll work it around a little bit as we get closer to the 70th minute. Ball direct now to Cal Jennings. Cal Jennings making a turn. Cal Jennings' shot is denied. And Danny Vidiello once again, save number 8.
That's not what you want to see as the Republic. You can allow the other team to have the ball, but if they're moving around and then still creating opportunities, it just means someone's just not quite in the right position.
Well, Savas tuition-free 7th through 12th grade public charter school. Choose from career pathways such as patient health care, construction, and more. You can even enroll college credits while in high school. Here's Christian Perano. A little space now here for Sacramento. Dami Villader. Trevor Ammon back. Here's Gurr. Got to get some runs. Winding up. Here's a chance. Just across the face of goal. Christian Perano once again.
That's not far away from Perano. He's picked up a good position right at the back post. That'll be the end of the night for the man who just put that cross in, Jack Gurr. Switches in the wide position. Sanchez comes in, Ricketts comes in, Gurr, Villader come out of the game.
Aldair Sanchez scored against Orange County. Got a 2-0 win. And Jonathan Ricketts, his 2 goals on the season. And he's been a bit versatile for Mark Briggs. Similar ball, we saw the goal scoring. Here comes Vidiello in front of Jennings. And Jordan Farr was used to just lofting balls up in his time with San Antonio. And they found a couple of times.
Yeah, it's such a, I mean, even on that one, Connor Donovan's just kind of turned around and he's just like half a yard away from getting on everything, Cal Jennings. He's just really, really lively. That pass was not so great, but big threat.
Eight corners for Tampa Bay. Republic have had 0.
Lovely touch by Ricketts.
Ricketts, a bit crafty for his size too, has played up top for Mark Briggs. Was brought in mostly to come in here as a right back. He has a fairly good cross too. He's good at delivering the ball. We haven't seen much of it yet, but doesn't mean we won't. 2/3 of the season still left to play. Sacramento, 11 straight unbeaten games to start the USL Championship season. Currently in 2nd place in the West, but they find themselves down a goal against Tampa Bay here at home.
We'll ramp it up with 20 minutes to go here.
Bodily sliding underneath. Perez going to play it forward. Tampa Bay just continuing to go. Jennings trying to get to his right. Finds Perez in relief. There's been just a relentless pursuit from Tampa Bay all night from all positions. This one's floated. Ammon waiting for it. And again, the second ball just seems to find a green and gold jersey. Alder Sanchez trying to get into the mix. It will be a Tampa Bay throw. And Blake Bodley has fallen to the turf, and his night may be about over. And with the injury here, stoppage at least, we're going to step aside here from our sponsor at the Office of Traffic Safety.
So you're out for a drink. Before that drink turns to drinks, make a plan to get home safe. Just call a friend, a cab, or get a ride share. Whatever you do, don't let drunk drive. Go safely, California.
So a little bit of a team meeting as Bodley is down. Memphis with a red card. They fall to San Antonio. 1-0.
Orange County as well in the West. Tied 2-2, 15 minutes left now against Detroit City FC. And then you've got Vegas and Phoenix are 0-0 currently in the 51st minute. And Blake Bodley's going to come to the sideline. Don't really see any substitutes ready to come in for him yet. If you're Robbie Nielsen, I don't know if you really want to make any substitutions, and he does have someone ready to come in.
Looks like Leo Fernandez and Damian Rivera will come into the game here shortly. Bodley likely to be one of them going to the bench.
Leo Fernandez might fill in that left-hand side. But he'll be delighted with where his team sits. 15 minutes left in this game. They're up 1-0. They've had a few more opportunities. They've controlled most of the match.
18 shots, 8 on target, 1 goal. I spoke earlier, so 7 saves for Danny Vitiello at the moment. 3 shots on target for Sacramento, but just 5 shots altogether. Just hasn't been enough to test Jordan Farr. And a couple of golden looks you talked about in the first half that were right there for the taking for Sacramento. This one's floated up high again. That has sort of been the secret sauce for Tampa Bay here in the second half. Just send it deep a bit. Here's the better movement from Sacramento. Rafa Herrigui just not able to get it through, but Trevor Ammon finds at his feet Luis Felipe.
But you see, just connecting a few passes through the middle, what it can do. It can create those little opportunities.
Alder Sanchez, 1v1 here, sends across in Manjoma. Will Alder get there again? It will be a throw for the Republic, but 2 subs ready to come in. And Mark Briggs can't believe the play was just stopped and another Tampa Bay player goes down. Substitutions ready to come in. Coaching staff for Sacramento very frustrated. And now everybody for Tampa Bay falling to the turf.
It's Eddie Manjoma's down currently, a little cramp. It's late in the game.
Leo Fernandez and Damian Rivera are ready to come into the match. Dennis is out. He has the go-ahead goal at the moment.
Leo Fernandez going to straight swap for Charlie Dennis. He'll go right up top. Cal Jennings is the other player I believe is going to come out of this game.
Our substitutions all season long are brought to you by Medic Ambulance. Caring is our core. Manjoma is walked off the pitch.
I think that might be the end of his night as well. I think they've got the goal lead. You don't want someone cramping up, giving up a goal, allowing the other team to get back into it.
And another substitution may be happening for Tampa Bay, but it won't come yet. As Freddie Kleeman was ready to get into the game. Meanwhile, Sacramento does have an advantage, and Manjoma is allowed back in. Donovan is finding Timmer here. Ricketts. Sacramento stays on it. Pirano angling. Pirano, a lot of bodies. Trevor Ammon crossing in, just sends it way over the top.
And that was a chance for Republic. They had numbers in the box. And Trevor Ammon just puts too much on that ball across the goal. Flies over the head of Jonathan Ricketts. Was one of those players getting in there. But that's a good chance for Sacramento, and they're going to get these chances in the last 10 minutes if they can just ramp up the intensity, apply some more pressure. Again, winning that ball in the midfield is so important. You straight away winning the ball, going forward. Don't let Tampa Bay get set defensively.
Still plenty of time in this one. Sacramento down a goal. Ammon just going to float this forward in some space for Rafa Harrigan.
Don't foul if you're Rafa Harrigan. That ball's not going to go out. There you go. You get it back. And just bring it straight back, Tampa Bay. Don't allow. If you take too long, you're going to allow the back line to get further up the field. That's no. It's a soft pass, Jared Zimmer to Jonathan Ricketts.
Bodily forward. Rivera offside. Sacramento taking on Monterey Bay. Tampa Bay taking a short trip to Oakland, but they'll stay in California for the week. They got business to try to uncover here first. Mark Briggs would probably have issued a yellow card if that was not whistled. Another change coming for Robbie Nielsen in Tampa Bay. Here's Freddie Kleeman, the defender out of Newbury Park, California, and for Manjoma. Several changes for Tampa Bay and their two top scorers, at least threat-wise. Out of the game, can Sacramento find a leveler? Push the streak to 12. They got about 10 minutes of change to find out. Aldair Sanchez has a bit of room. The recovery pace of Tampa Bay has been brilliant tonight.
Yeah, and just look how deep they are, though. They're everyone's in their defensive third. So that just means even if they clear that ball, Sacramento's probably going to get it back.
Well, here's the man to break of anyone is Christian Pirano.
And the quicker you can move the ball side to side, into the middle, you just don't want to overdo it at times, and that's what Alder Sanchez does right there.
Well, we know this Tampa Bay team has been able to put up some goals. They've scored 4 goals in 4 games this year, including an Open Cup. We talked about the 6-4 win, but they beat Tulsa 5-0, Miami 5-2, and Rhode Island 4-1.
Communication. Jared Timmer, Jonathan Ricketts. He should be controlling that ball, one of them. That's going to be a foul. Connor Donovan, get that ball back in play. Sacramento, you've got 8 minutes plus stoppage time to get back into this game.
Both these teams finishing with about identical records a season ago. Republic, 18 wins, 19 wins for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay was second in the East, Sacramento, of course, first in the West, and a Republic player is on the turf, and it looks like
Nick Ross just got caught as he released that ball. He's caught right in the right ankle. Does not feel good. Mark Briggs is just looking at his bench, and he's not happy at it either. It is a late challenge.
It's quite incredible. Not a single yellow card tonight.
That's rare. We've got 7 minutes plus stoppage time. You think that's going to stay the same? And just as that ball's released, Leo Fernandez comes right through. He just caught the back of Nick Ross there.
Ricketts using his strength. Pirano's waiting for it. Stays on his feet. Perez climbing over the top of him. And now Ricketts, that's the one thing Mark Briggs talked about. Bringing Jonathan Ricketts in, he's a physicality that ratchets it up a little bit. See if you can implore that in games and late, and he's a guy that maybe this is exactly what is needed by Sacramento, is to change up the tone. That was off of Tampa Bay. Throw for Sacramento. Can they move quickly? Public fans hoping for a late game equalizer here at home. Playing forward, Alder Sanchez has got a step, trying to cross it in, and is denied. Good defending, Freddie Kleeman.
You had to get there, Freddie Kleeman. Alder Sanchez, Trevor Ammon right in the middle of the box.
First corner kick of the night for Sacramento in the 85th minute. Crowd stomping their feet here at Ardell Park. They'll erupt if they can get a late game equalizer. It'll be Rafa Hadagi, the young Academy star turned professional. See if he can deliver here. Whistle goes, here goes Rafa. Behind Donovan, and now Pirano. We'll see if the Republic can maintain possession. He's going to angle right back. Donovan, or it's going to be Timmer, was low, and Rivera.
There's that yellow card.
Goes to Alder Sanchez for checking Rivera off the pitch.
Tampa Bay Rowdies going to try and take out any momentum the Republic have established in the last few minutes. They're going to take their time with this free kick. Quite rightly so. They're 5 to 10 minutes away from getting maybe the result of the season for them, coming all the way to Sacramento Republic.
pressure from Ammon. It's really something that we saw him do early in the season. It led to some big-time goals. Not enough of it tonight. Far away out of his box, and Luis Felipe is going to give a bit of chase. He gobbles it back, but he played it back to himself.
You can dribble it back into the box. That's all right. He was right on the edge of the box. He was very, very close to handling that outside the box, but I think he just got away with it, Jordan Farr.
He touched it before, it looks like.
I don't know.
Break.
I think he was okay on that.
Okay, quite close either way. Tampa Bay.
He was gonna, and then he stalled half a second, and I think he got away with it. A good pressure by Luis Felipe, just chasing a nothing ball.
And now Tampa Bay is going to try to kill this game, but Jonathan Ricketts has other ideas. Bodley still flying 90 minutes of this. It's just been an extra speed from this Tampa Bay side all evening long.
It looks like they've just wanted it a little more, Tampa Bay Rowdies. That's the frustrating thing as a player. You have that game against the Earthquakes, and what a game! The intensity, everyone was playing fantastically, and then the Birmingham Legion. Okay, that happens. You know, it's maybe a little bit of a hangover from that game, but you would have hoped tonight to see more of a response, and it's just not quite been there. And I've been in these positions as a player, and it's tough. You're just not quite there. But it is a long season, and again, the most important thing is that you figure out how to play your best, and that hasn't been the case for Sacramento Republic tonight. They're still in this game. They've got a little bit of time.
Hilton will take the free kick here for Tampa Bay. What a denial from Luis Felipe. A big opportunity Leo Fernandez was trying to from distance. Longest tenured Tampa Bay Rowdy.
A former teammate of mine, Leo, fantastic guy, fantastic player. Good to see him back. He had a tough injury last year after absolutely tearing apart the league a couple years ago.
USL Championship MVP in 2022. Pirano. Look at Pirano. He just never goes down, does he, until he's clipped. And Perez got a foot in there, and now Perez. A little extra grab, Mark Briggs. Feels like there should be something more.
If I'm Sacramento, I'm probably getting someone else rather than Luis Felipe on this free kick. Maybe Pirano go cross it in, get Luis Felipe in the box. We know how good he is in the air. We're going to see another substitution here.
And Bodley will come out of the game.
Looks like Zach Haribo come in. Bodley lasted a little bit longer. We thought he was coming out about 15 minutes ago, but he's a really good night from him on this left-hand side. Republic to get someone else to take this one, Nick Ross.
6 minutes of stoppage time here in Sacramento. Plenty to go. Will this be the moment for the Republic?
And all you need here is Nick Ross is going to put this right towards that back post, and that's where you've got the big guys, Connor Donovan, and you're trying to put that ball back across the face of goal.
Here comes Donovan, but here comes Farr leaping into the air. And is undercut by his own team. He really went up and got that one, though, didn't he? It's a scary fall for any goalkeeper. There's no questioning that. Look at this again.
He does really well, Jordan Farr. But as a goalkeeper, you leave yourself so vulnerable when your eyes are only fixed on that ball. You don't know what's underneath you. And he had Freddie Kleeman right underneath him.
And I think the staff is going to come out and take a look at Freddie Kleeman, or excuse me, Jordan Farr.
The trainer's coming on. The world's slowest jog he's got going on as well. Shuffle. A look at Robbie Nielsen in charge of this Tampa Bay side. Neil Collins had been there a few years. Replaced one Scotsman with another one. Scottish people love Florida.
It's a little bit different weather, isn't it?
Yeah, it's similar. It rains a lot. In Florida, they get it about 20 minutes a day. We just get it non-stop in Scotland. Just a light drizzle all the time.
Well, last goal for Sacramento came in the 93rd minute against Rhode Island on May 11th in the USL Championship play. And mind you, there was a bye week in there.
And this will go. He's just getting up right now, Jordan Farr, but that's been over a minute. That's almost a minute and a half. He's been getting some treatment. So, yes, it's 96 minutes. We will get at least 96. I think we could get into 98 here. Whether he's hurt or not, he's just taking the sting out of the game a little bit.
The unbeaten streak on the line for Sacramento, the only club in professional soccer in America to remain unbeaten. 13 games, including the Open Cup. But Tampa Bay has a goal lead here late in the capital of California. Backpedaling, bouncing, Rivera, out comes Vidiello. And quickly. And this is where Sacramento's got to move. Left side it comes, beat cross, looking for Ammon. That's going to be a tough one to sneak in. And coming right back is Tampa Bay, Kleeman. Chrysostamo. Rivera in behind. Rivera trying to cross this one and collision. Danny Vidiello taking a little bit of contact from Neon Gaberi, but will play on. Ferrano. Running over Christian Ferrano is Haribu. And Danny Vidiello is clinching his right hand after that collision. Over the top, looking for Ammon. Rafa hustling.
Still plenty of time for Sacramento. I know it's 94th minute. Says they're adding 6. This is going to at least 98, I believe.
Cross. Rafa, Pirano, still. Haribu able to get there. Nick Ross putting some pressure. Connor Donovan applying pressure.
Yeah, he's going to get called on that for the high foot, Connor Donovan. And just a heavy touch by Connor, and as he goes for that, there wasn't too much contact.
The goal in the 53rd by Charlie Dennis, just the 9th all season against Sacramento in 12 games. Vidiello has made some spectacular stops tonight. At the break, easily could have been 2-2, no doubt about it. It took a little miscommunication, and Tampa Bay jumping all over it. Jordan Farr waiting for it, and he'll go to the ground. 7 saves in total. No, make that 8 now for Danny Vidiello, but unable to stop a very similar ball looking like this. Got through, and Charlie Dennis put it home for his first on the year. As you mentioned, Sacramento had earlier chances.
That game could have been a lot different. Nick Ross had that one right in the first half. If he puts that in the back of the net, you're dealing with such a different game. Goals change games, and
Ricketts battling Haribu. Haribu dragging him down. No whistle. maybe a little light contact that time, but the first is where they felt maybe a bit of whistle coming, but Sacramento not able to get the call. It's been a match of very few whistles and just one yellow card. Pirano, quick touch.
You wanted more yellow cards, is that what he said?
And that's smart. Look, Guillen knew exactly what was breaking down, and that was that back line. And might as well take the yellow versus what could have been worse is Pirano sneaking through. A bit deep here for Nick Ross. What do you like?
Well, we see Jordan Farr's going to come for anything, so I don't know if you maybe just change the angle a little bit. Look for someone, if Pirano drops out wide, just drop it to his feet and see if we can cross it in, because that's
Ross,
a decent ball, though.
Floating. Back out for a throw. Now, there was an injury to Jordan Farr that stopped it for a couple moments, but not quite sure. As you'll see Robbie Nielsen just tapping his watch. Would you imagine there's probably another 30 seconds or so. Trevor Ammon backpedaling, waiting for something to fall their way. Sacramento has just not been able to catch that break, and they won't get it. Tampa Bay comes 3,000 plus miles and hands Sacramento their first loss of the year. A 1-0 victory. Charlie Dennis with the game winner in the 53rd. A miscommunication by Sacramento, and that's all it took for one of the Eastern Conference's best in all-time USL Championship winning sides in the USL. It's been Tampa Bay in the East and Louisville City, and here in the West, it's been the Sacramento Republic, but tonight the East got the best of the West. And so Danny Vitiello, what a performance it was. 8 saves tonight for Danny Vitiello and kept it close yet again, but probably the more concerning thing is Tampa Bay unable to put it away, but bigger than this, it was all Danny Vitiello.
We highlighted him before the game. He's having a great season. Does not get the clean sheet that in a lot of those, but some really good stops. And if it wasn't for him, it definitely would have been more than 1-0.
Sacramento, you felt like this was a great opportunity to showcase where you are. And I think you're right. You mentioned earlier, Tampa Bay just seemed a bit quicker. They seemed a little bit more aggressive tonight and wanted to play their style. They imposed their will, and they showed maybe they're the better team.
Yeah, they came, and they brought it tonight, Tampa Bay Rowdies, and they get probably well-deserved 3 points.
So the Republic had their first loss of the year. We'll have a post-game show coming up. More here from Sacramento.
At Sky River Casino, join today and receive $15 in free play. Take your loyalty to new heights with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
¿Cómo se crea una comunidad con actitud ganadora? Manteniéndonos activos, trabajando y jugando juntos, fortaleciendo nuestros cuerpos, huesos y músculos con alimentos sanos, frescos y regionales. Crystal Creamery orgullosamente patrocina a atletas y equipos deportivos en el Valle Central de California. Porque cuando nutres a una comunidad, la comunidad prospera. Crystal Creamery. Simple, local, fresh.
If we can bring new life into the world, why can't we bring new hope to those who need it most? If we can remove cancer, why can't we remove hunger? If we can rebuild bodies, why can't we rebuild entire communities? Better health takes more than healthcare. UC Davis Health. Believe in better.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
At Sky River Casino, join today and receive $15 in free play. Take your loyalty to new heights with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com. At Sky River Casino, experience the height of hospitality. With 18 restaurants and bars, there's something for everyone. It's taste on a whole new level. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Join today at skyriver.com.
Welcome back to Sacramento. The Republic falling for the first time on the year. And, man, it's just, it's not time to hit the panic button by any means. Early on, this was the first half that felt like this could be anyone's game.
Republic losing that first game of the season. And that's tough. It's been 11 games. They've been getting the results, but just couldn't quite pull it off tonight. Tampa Bay Rowdies came out with a lot of intent. A little technical difficulty, seeing if there's any highlights on screen right now, but Danny Vitiello, a couple big saves in the first half. Nick Ross had a great opportunity to give the Republic a lead, and that really would have changed the game.
And you saw Trevor Ammon making some run. Danny Vitiello played that ball really perfectly. It just didn't seem the team was really in sync tonight. It sort of carried on throughout the night. And credit to the Republic, the way it went is that kept battling, and the Republic just didn't seem to break. Danny Vitiello, fantastic night. I mean, 8 saves, that's just next level stuff right there. But in terms of where we saw this team, you just feel like every time's a chance to go out and pull out 3 points. They couldn't do it tonight. Tampa Bay, to their credit, they came in, played their style, and it took one mistake for this to be a difference maker, really.
Yeah, it really was, and Republic got punished for it. But they're back, and they're back. They got a busy month of June. You know, this is the June 1st, first game of 5 league games for this Republic side, so the points are there to be won.
And for Sacramento, they're going to head on the road next week. Monterey Bay is the site, so not a treacherous road trip, to say the least. And so a good opportunity, though, to get some points against the Western Conference side. This is a team that has been on the rise, playing much better in the top 4 currently. So nothing to take lightly, that's for sure, as Frank Gallup's side starting to finally figure things out a little bit here. Well, from Sacramento, I want to thank our entire crew. I want to thank our producer, John Safaro. For Adam Moffat, I'm Rob McAllister. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Tampa Bay takes the victory, and they take all 3 points as they head into Oakland next week. So long, everybody. We'll see you Monterey Bay, Sacramento next Saturday night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.